Oh, I wasn't recording.
I got confused.
No, I'm playing with it.
I know you couldn't wait to rip the packaging off your CD, but we here now.
I do it.
The most anticipated CD.
All right, what up? What up?
Hey.
What
What's
up?
going on, y'all?
This is our first podcast. I don't really know what we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna talk about everything.
Everything.
Yes, what up, Reg?
What's up, man?
You good?
Feel good being up in here.
My boy.
Feel good being up in here.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm V. Nicole.
What's your name again?
Brittany. Say
Oh.
no.
Tell you to call me Reg, man.
I'm Veronica. I'm a photographer
There you go.
at My Touch Films.
Yeah, this is Reg.
Reginald Tide or
Video,
RT, Reg.
Photo.
Video, photo. We do it all.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, so this is our first podcast, man. We just gonna chop it up, kick it, just talk about.
You ain't really say who you was, though.
I'm Touch. Y'all know me. I'm playing. I'm a Touch though, man. You know.
People that don't.
People that don't know me, I'm Touch. On My Touch Films, man. Do videos, weddings, commercials. I even shot some podcasts before, so you know, I'm just gonna kick it, talk about weddings, and you know, just dive into it. Like, how was wedding season for y'all this year? Like, how was it?
Well, wedding season for me was a struggle.
I bet.
Well, no, it started off good.
Right.
But eventually it became very stressful when it came to editing.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And I think the month of August, I think I had like maybe 7 weddings. I'm not even sure. But when I say I became like just overwhelmed with editing and just, I don't know, it just drove me nuts.
Yeah, like,
But,
it's a lot of work.
yeah.
Like, you really have to be in tune with, like, time and,
Yeah.
like, working with different people, you know, like, every day, because you can have a wedding and, like, everything is perfect. Like, the timeline is so simple and clean, and then you can have a wedding that's just, like, all over the place. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're looking at you like, all right, so what should we do next? And you like...
You become the director or the
Like,
coordinator.
you damn near not even directing just the wedding. You damn near directing the whole day. You telling them when to bring the food out.
Yeah.
And it could be overwhelming for you because you still got to remember, I got to capture this. We got to do this. Is my chip full? Is my batteries charged up?
Yeah.
Are we capturing everything we're supposed to capture? So it'd be hard, man, like trying to do all of this. And still you got to give them a dope product.
Personality, attitude, and
Yeah.
you got all these thoughts going on in your head, and you like, oh man, like, all right, we gotta do this, that, and that, but I still gotta give them my good energy, my positive energy,
Right.
No matter
flow,
what's going
but
on.
you still like, you know, maybe the bride like, oh my God, like my makeup not right, is the pastor here, like, you know what I'm saying? But you trying to keep everybody calm and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's part of it too.
yeah, like your attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that really helps. Because they be nervous too. So if you nervous, they're going to be like,
Right.
what the hell going on? Like, because I done had days, man, I probably, like, my head was just all over the place. But, like, when you show up, like, you got to show up and you got to, like, do your thing.
Yeah,
you know
do
what
your
I'm saying?
thing.
It ain't no...
No matter what's going on.
It ain't no, today I don't feel good. Don't even say that. They ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You got to come in, hey, what's up? What's up? You ready?
You gotta have good energy.
Because I low-key really be excited. I be more excited than them sometimes. I be like, damn, I'm too excited because they just chilling and not saying nothing. And I'm up here like...
But your energy retract on them though.
Right.
Like, so you come with that positive energy, then they get turned a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they might be chilling, music playing, again, they makeup done, but then you come in with that energy, then they
Yeah,
like,
it's been plenty of
come
times
on,
I seen
like-
Touch walk in a room and it's just dead silence, and then he's like, "Where the music at? What's just
I be
get the
needing
vibe
that.
going."
Yeah, I be needing that.
Yeah.
Like, if we in a room and it's just dead, I'm gonna be like, man, something ain't right. Like, we gotta put on some Drake or something.
Right.
And like, when I say put on some music, I don't mean like no offense, no distance, But like I don't mean like put on no slow jam, no gospel music. Like put on something where it's like,
Y'all can
let's turn up
and have fun.
Yeah.
It's a big day, an important day. It's been at a point where I wasn't feeling at my best, but I remember seeing a bride about to cry because things wasn't going right with her hair, and I just like switched her whole mood by just asking her. I was like, "You hungry?" And she just started smiling and laughing. She was like, "Yeah, I am," and it just changed it. The energy just shifted, but I could tell she was about to cry. I didn't want her to mess up her makeup.
Yeah.
But your photographer plays a big role in your day, so it's definitely important to hire a good videographer and a good photographer.
But look, this off subject, but
Good energy.
how many weddings you been to and you was hungry and they had like the shit laid out and you just like, somebody asked me, like somebody say, you thirsty, you want a muffin?
Yeah.
I done had so many weddings, they done had like the grapes and the crackers, and I'd be like,
But you just walked in the door, you trying to focus.
right. And soon as somebody be like, Touch, you want something? Yeah, I'll be over in the corner and everything.
Right.
No, did you see that? It was like a post about a photographer, and they said basically the bride and the groom said basically she couldn't eat. Basically, you were hired to do a job, so you can't eat. She was thirsty, she was hungry.
They deleted the footage, right?
They deleted the
like
footage.
that?
So-
But he told her before he told her like basically she can delete the footage, and she's like, "You sure?" And she did it. So he shouldn't have said that.
So look, so this how you get around that, man. Like in a contract, when you send them the contract, you gotta make sure like in there you got, y'all provide meals for me and my team, whatever the case may be, because if it's not in your contract, they can't say that I'm not obligated to
Yeah.
feed you. Because I've had some weddings, and it's like the reception time. The food coming out, I'm like, where we sitting? And all the time you don't always sit in a reception. You might sit in another room, which is cool.
Right.
I personally like
Prefer
that.
that. Me
It kind
too.
of give you like a couple minutes to just woos out a little bit. You can let your head on a little bit. But anyways, like, I've been to a wedding and like this was before I had like the contract stuff put in, and I was like, where we sitting at? We're going to eat real quick. And the mama was like, you don't get no meal.
Oh, really?
I remember that wedding.
She was like, you're gonna get a cold sandwich and some chips.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I don't eat meat. So what you want to eat, the bread, chips? She like, I can give you some money, you can run down the street and get you something. I said, ma'am, if I leave, I'm not gonna come back in time to capture the first dance, all these other stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I was a little irritated that they even went to that point to be like, I'll give you a couple dollars, you can go down the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that made me be like, okay, I gotta make sure in this contract I put X, Y, and Z. Now, if you're gonna let me know beforehand, like, hey, I'm gonna give you $60 so y'all can go get something to eat,
Right.
that's cool. I'm with that, but I don't want the reception to come and I think I'm about to get a salad or something. And you talking about here goes some better maids.
So what was like the most awkward spots y'all that ate at like during the reception? Like have y'all ever ate somewhere it's just like just off like
Well,
I
I thought
remember
it was
me, I was in the
awkward.
kitchen one time. I ate in the kitchen with
Was
the
that
cooks.
was that me?
With the
Oh
cooks?
yeah, you was in the kitchen with the cooks.
And
I was
heard
like,
them
I ain't
talking
hungry.
about everybody, like, but it was funny because I get to hear like how they feel about certain stuff and everything. Everybody got their own opinion about weddings
so
and how they
weird,
feel and
though.
stuff like that. But I'm in the kitchen, I'm hearing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hurry up and scarf down so I can go back out and shoot or see what's going on. But the kitchen was the most awkward spot for me. Like,
I
do y'all have
honestly, I really don't like, if they don't have a designated spot for us, I really don't like sitting with the guests. I think not saying it's weird, but I had like a couple weddings ago, basically, I had to sit with the guests.
Okay.
So we all just sitting there looking at each other like, okay, so how y'all
I mean,
doing?
which is cool,
which is
but
okay, but
you
I'd rather,
gotta kind of like I'm not rude, so V, you're not rude either. I'm not saying
No.
you're rude, but when you sitting at the table, you gotta make sure you just speak to everybody and
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
all eyes are on you. Like when you first sit down, like
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you kind of want to chill. I don't. One thing I do like about eating with the guests is that sometimes they don't have a good planner. Oh, we're gonna get into that too. Sometimes they don't have a good planner, and you know, you just got to keep your eye on everything. You know, like during the reception, I keep my eye on the planner and the DJ. Like I kind of make a relationship with the DJ. Like I try to get to him before the reception start, just to introduce myself. Say, hey, bro, you know, I might want to hook up the voice recorder, blah blah blah. Like instead of just running up on them. Like, hey man, how can I plug this up? Because they don't like that, because they trying to do their job too. So I try to go up to them and just introduce myself, let them know what I might need.
so they can get comfortable with you.
Let them know what chords I got. And then I say, hey man, you know, just keep me informed, because sometimes they have a list of the reception. So I say, bro, you know, just give me like a heads up, like 5 minutes or something, just in case the planner don't do it. Because sometimes you can have a planner and you'll be eating, and next thing you know, they're like, all right, we about to have a toast, maid of honor, and you like
running.
Trying to hurry up, get your camera.
You like-
I've
get
had
your
that plenty
battery
of times.
that's charging on the charger.
and at first I used to be scared to speak up, but now I be like, no, like, stop.
Let me know.
Like,
Hold on.
they be like, hey, I'm the maid of, snatching the mic, like, no, wait,
Yep.
I'm not ready. You gotta wait, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
if I don't capture this, they're not gonna say, oh, Touch, you know, they're gonna be like, well, why you didn't get this? Oh, I wasn't
Right.
ready. Why you wasn't ready?
And not to cut
Yep.
you off, that's what going on through my mind too, that you cannot repeat. You can't do it again.
Yeah, ain't no walking down the aisle twice.
You can't do it
Like,
again.
Yep.
sometimes I'll sit there, I'll be recording 10 minutes before the reception the ceremony even start, or 5 minutes before they even start, because
Yeah, just to be prepared.
sometimes you don't know, like, sometimes the groom don't walk down the aisle, he come from the side, and you like, where the hell you?
Yeah.
That's why I always try to get with the wedding coordinator. I'm like,
And
look,
try to know,
show
like,
me
what's
what's
yeah.
about to happen. Where are they coming down? If I don't go to the rehearsal beforehand, which way they coming down? Which way would this person be? I ask like a million questions.
But sometimes, I know we
Yeah.
gonna get on it, but sometimes the coordinator don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
Yeah.
don't let you know, and they be like,
Yeah, because
they'll walk in
look,
from
I had some weddings, they walking down the aisle, and they like, which way I go? And I'm like, left,
Yeah,
right. Like,
they
I don't
look
know.
at you
Like,
like, what do
you know
I
what I'm
do?
saying? Like, I can't.
or they
I'm-
stop and just smile for a while,
At
and you
this
be
point-
like,
No, but
Alright.
at this point, I just be like, I just
Look,
kind of form my own thing.
Remember
like,
the
just
one
stop.
wedding we did? It was outside, and remember you was in the middle of the aisle, but they wanted you to be over there by the little arch where they was first coming out. Remember you was just it was like beginning of the year.
I'm getting a little old now.
But anyways, remember the guy was like, no, go over there, and you was kind of like, nobody told me that, you know.
Oh, I know what you're
Because you were just
about.
waiting, for him to come down the mountain.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
And I was recording, I'm looking at V face, she like, I'm like,
what the
oh.
hell going on?
I'm like, she gonna catch on, but like once you went over there, you was like, okay, get them here, and then, you know.
Yeah, that was too much. I was
Yeah.
like, this too much. This is above my figure.
But you like, I'm gonna tell you my favorite part.
Confused.
My favorite part, like, doing weddings is like, when they're getting ready.
okay.
Yeah,
That
mine
because
too.
with me it's like you kind of get to see how the day gonna go. Like you get to see everybody's personality. You get to see who is who,
Yep.
who the loud one, who the funny one, who the quiet one, and then they just be looking so nice. You know what I'm saying? And then I like the first dance, and I like the ceremony when they're like doing their vows. But I like when they got their own vows.
Yeah, me too.
Cause it kind of I be wanting to see what a person
I
thinking.
feel like
Yeah.
it's more personable.
Yeah, it's more personal.
Like-
Like, cause when it's just you just repeating what the preacher's saying, it's just going through the flow. But when they start
Yeah.
pulling out paper and
I think it's so sweet. Yeah, but my favorite part is the reception. That's when everybody turn up, everybody having fun. The bride true personality come out, like
Yeah.
she turning up, enjoying herself, and I get to eat. So that's my favorite part.
I like the right before the wedding, the ceremony start, when everybody like huddled up and stuff like that. Because that's when you get to see, like, even more like the funny person, the one that's like got your back, the one,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, for everything. And then you just be like, okay. And then usually me and the funny person always just be cool like the whole wedding for some reason. They be like, hey man, you want a drink or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm tired,
They
man,
always
not
try
yet.
to
They
get me
always
drunk
try
at
to get you to
weddings.
drink, right?
They always try to get you to drink. They be
Man,
like,
every wedding I'm at, they like, dog, you gotta drink. Take one wedding, I took a shot, one, and it was at the casino on Belle Isle, and I did like go in the corner, but it was all of them. It
you
was
been
like,
in there before?
I've
never been inside.
I did like 2 or 3 weddings back to back. One weekend I did
Inside
3
the
weddings.
casino in Belle Isle?
Yeah, I did 3
I've never been
weddings
inside
back to
there.
back to back.
Me neither.
But only reason I don't like to drink doing like weddings is because one time I did a wedding in DC, and we had went outside to do photos. It was like December, I think. We had went outside to do video, and I come back inside. You know, I got my little coat on. You know what I'm saying? So I come back inside and I take my coat off. So like a year later, somebody hit me up from DC like, oh yeah, you did my friend's wedding. We loved it. Blah blah blah. We don't want to book you, but can you not wear your jacket? Like, and I was like, I didn't wear a jacket. I was confused.
Yeah.
She like, yeah, we saw you with a jacket on. I was like, I was coming from outside. It was kind of cold, but I took my jacket off. But that's crazy. The whole day,
That's all they remember.
that's all she remembered.
Yeah, that's weird.
So when it comes to like drinking or even drinking wine, I try not to do it during a reception or during the whole day, because somebody is gonna take that little thing out of the whole day. You did all this great stuff, and they're like, yeah, you was taking shots at the bar. Touch was taking shots at the bar. He be drinking.
So
He be drunk.
has nobody ever said that to you though about
It was
actual
just the
drinking?
coat thing, but the coat thing threw me off.
But that was kind of weird though, because it's like, even if I was drinking or not, it's cold. I'm coming from outside, and I took my coat off when I got back in. That's
Yeah,
just so
I couldn't even remember how long I had my coat
Yeah,
on.
and just the question, like,
But I wouldn't
you
even
wasn't
notice
even
that.
you behind the camera, so it's like nobody else gonna.
I just was like, no, like I'm not gonna have my coat on. Like I was just coming from outside,
Right.
and I'm pretty sure I took it off, or I was leaving, or I went back outside to get
And
something.
it's weird you gotta even explain that. That's so crazy to me.
Jeez. Can y'all remember like y'all first like wedding, like first wedding y'all done did? How y'all felt? You know what I'm saying? Can you remember your first
I
wedding?
remember mine. I actually was shadowing. So felt good because it was like no real, and I guess it was real intentions from me, but not from the bride and groom. So it felt good just to shadow and just to kind of be free and just to observe.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed definitely. It was I was with all guys. It was just like
What was that like?
I think it was like it was like 4 guys I was with.
Was it you talking about the one we did?
Yeah,
Was
it was you, Jeremy,
me,
Chris,
Jeremy?
and Mike.
Yeah.
So I was with 4 guys. So, but I didn't feel weird or uncomfortable. They didn't never say anything out the way. So it was just like straight to business, straight to work. So and it just felt good, like just to observe and not feel weird or feel any.
Yeah.
You know
Anyway,
what I'm saying?
right,
It's just
right.
really about everybody taking care of their business. So I remember mine. It was fun.
That's what's up.
I wouldn't mind being a second shooter still because there's no
Really?
pressure on me. So no.
Yeah, right. She the goat. You the goat, man.
I don't know though,
Young
because I
goat.
haven't did
Young
like
goat status,
I haven't been a second shooter in a minute, so I wonder would I be a little bit more like,
Right.
you know,
The first shooter probably be like, damn, man.
I wonder if
It's
people know
totally
you
different.
more than the first shooter.
look,
though. They
it'd
be
be
like,
a
hey,
totally
me.
different ball
Right.
game probably. I wonder how it'd be just to be a second shooter again.
What about you?
I think my first wedding was LA.
Oh, we went to
I
LA.
think that was the first wedding I ever did.
You might as well tell the story. You might as well chop.
That's pressure. Like, okay, Touch.
That's
You
crazy.
known to throw people out.
This shit, I know. I think I had a stroke when I was there. I low key think I had a stroke.
This is my first wedding. I don't know anything about shooting, nothing. Like, I barely knew how to press the button to take a picture on the camera. So Touch like, here go the camera. Like the night before, 2 nights before, he was like, So this what you do. You put it in this for video. You do it in this for the audio. Blah blah blah. How you gonna remember that?
I was trying to tell you, man.
man.
I was trying to tell him, like, man, like, you know, the simplest way possible. I knew you wasn't gonna remember it all. I just was like, as long as he recording, that's all that matters.
And I low key, while he was explaining it that day, I recorded him on my phone, and I still got the recording to
You
this
do?
day. I
gotta hear that.
I still got it.
I gotta hear that. That is crazy.
Like while he was talking, I'm like, let me record some of this because I'm not gonna remember all of this.
Right.
So we go to LA. It's my first time ever in LA, California, period.
I love Cali.
It was beautiful.
I love LA. I'm
Like
over
when
there.
you seen them palm trees, it was amazing. So you know what I'm saying, he shot me through LA and everything like that. We meet the family, but I'm gonna go straight to the gusto. Video, we need stabilizers. Every videographer we need a stabilizer.
I still.
Touch gave me a stabilizer, a Zion 2, something like that.
Crane.
Yeah, the crane. So I got the cord, I got the box, you know what I'm saying, plug the cord up. I didn't know, like, it, you know what I'm saying, it was batteries in the stabilizer, or that it's a certain little white box that the that the stabilizer take. But I assumed that we didn't need it. I'm like, what is this for? And he's like, what is this for? I'm like, God, get on a plane, LA, it's the day of the wedding. It's not the crane, and I didn't charge it because I didn't know how to charge it. But anyway, I didn't charge the crane.
I cut the crane on, and that bitch is dead. It got like one bar, that bitch flashed. I'm like, this bitch about to die. I'm like, Reg, you ain't charge it up? All right, go back, go ahead.
I'm like, I didn't know how. Like, I didn't know what I needed. So he like, all you gotta do is plug it up. So he in the bag, he getting the stuff to plug it up. So he got the cord, he got the little white box, but that little bigger white box to take the batteries that I said that I probably didn't need, we needed. And he like, Reg, you didn't bring the main piece to the crane? I'm like, the main piece? I'm like, what is it? I think he sat down for a minute.
I did. I sat on the edge of the bed. I was like, I sat on the edge of the bed just like this.
Like, oh my God.
I'm like, what? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got everything we need to charge it. There go the cord. He like, you didn't bring the main piece to charge it, Reg. He like, what we gonna do?
You sound just like him.
He like, it's about like 8 a.m. I think the wedding started at maybe 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we had to be there, you know what I'm saying, before everything started, you know what I'm saying, to shoot the befores. So we got 2 hours. He like, man, we gotta figure this out. We looking up
Best Buy.
We looking up Best Buy to buy a new one. And we like, man, we about to spend $600, $700 because this equipment costs, y'all. We about to spend $700. I think it was like $800.
Yeah, $800. Best Buy like, we got the whole thing. You can buy the whole thing. Reg like, they got the whole thing. What you want to do?
I'm like, look, I put up my bread. I do what I gotta do this whole time. Touch still like that. He exactly like that.
Cause I'm thinking, you know, I'm panicking, but I'm trying. Cause if I'm panicking, how I'm gonna panic?
Yeah, and
like,
this
you know
my
what I'm
first
saying?
wedding, so he still got to keep his cool for me too.
So I'm not trying to panic. I'm just like, I'm panicking, but I'm not showing it. So I'm just sitting on the edge of the bed like this, literally like this, like.
I don't know what to do no more either. I don't know what to do anymore.
Red's calling everybody. He called the goddamn. He called the furnace people. He called the car shop. He calling everybody
I'm
trying to get it better.
Everywhere for that little piece that we needed. We needed that piece to charge it. So I think you called this one spot. I always say it's funny because the same spot next Friday, it was all the way in Rancho Cucamonga. I don't know where the actual wedding was at, but it was like 45 minutes away from where the actual wedding was at, Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah.
So he like, I don't care what you do. Put on Touch voice. I don't care what you do, Reg, but you need to charge this thing. You need to charge it. So I put on the uni. I put on the, you know what I'm saying, the My Touch uniform real quick because I knew I didn't have time to go back to the room and change or whatever. I went to the spot 45 minutes away. We in a rental. I forgot what we was driving in, but
It was some little rental,
I whipped that thing all the way to Rancho Cucamonga, found the place, found the piece, charged it, like waiting like 45 minutes. I think I got some ice cream that day too. Like while
I think you did. You're like, yeah, I got some ice cream.
Yeah, then you FaceTime.
I'm like, but is it charging? I don't care about your ice cream. I don't care if you got gas. Is it charging? I'm like, Reg,
Bro,
put it on the
put it
charger
in
and just
high
let
school,
it charge, bro, for like 45 minutes to an
Red's
hour.
like, I ain't about to be in Cali stressed the
Yeah,
fuck
I'm like,
out.
well, I'm waiting.
sorry.
Get a milkshake or something real quick.
Cause like I said, I wasn't trying to panic. You know what I'm saying? I just was trying to just stay calm, at like how I always do. Like even
Yeah.
if I am panicking, I just try to stay calm.
That's so good.
Cause if you panicking, you can't really think. So I just be trying to take deep breaths and just think like, how can we solve this? Cause we got time. It's just about how
Right.
how fast can we solve it. And he came back with it charged, and I remember the whole day I was cutting it off when we weren't using it.
To make
Cause
sure.
usually I just let it run. I let it run like the what you call it.
Yeah.
I just let it run cause it could go all day.
Right.
Yeah.
Every time we stop, I was like bloop,
Turn it off just to
and
make
then they
sure.
start cut it back on.
I still do that no matter what. I got like 1 million batteries, and I still would do that just to save
I think
energy.
the pastor
I'm an
was talking
overthinker.
long too. The pastor was talking super long.
We had the ceremony. I'm like, my man is long-winded. Like we need to
Think
wrap
about
this
that
up.
battery.
Cause y'all think about the
talk
battery.
long to the mud
Think
too.
about that battery.
Even I like when they be into it, like when they really know the couple. I love that when they kind of
Yeah.
be connected versus just a pastor just talking. They don't know him. I
Right.
do like that. But on this day, we needed him to wrap it up because
Right.
soon as we got to the reception, soon as we like captured everything, it died.
As soon as we're done, like
Like
the last dance
I'm
or whatever.
I'm like, Reg, you about to leave in about 10 minutes, and I'm do, and that boy just was like. I was like, all right, y'all, we gone, we out.
Right, all right. Have a
Thank
good
y'all,
night.
love y'all. We had fun in Cali though. We went to, cause I knew he'd never been, so we went up in the hills. I tried to take him everywhere I could think of, just so he can
Yeah.
like
Rodeo
get that experience.
Drive. We even went to Slauson before. This was before Nipsey died. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? R.I.P. But we went to Slauson. We seen the cribs over there in the hoods and everything like that. To Beverly Hills.
We was in the hood, like Minister Society hood. We was in the hood.
Yeah.
And yeah,
See, I gotta go back to Cali because when I went
We need to
for
go,
like a
I'm telling you.
business meeting, and I need to definitely go to have fun and enjoy it. I went to Long Beach, but I have fun still. So even just doing business, so just imagine if you going to just
you going to
actually
just like
enjoy
chilling.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Tell us about your first wedding, man.
My first wedding, it was no cranes out. It was no drones. I was there with my little camera and the tripod, and I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't know what I was doing, but they wanted me to shoot their wedding so bad. And I'm like, I never shot a wedding. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Right.
They're like, no, just do your thing. Like,
Just enjoy yourself.
we like your videos. So I get to the what you call it, and I'm recording, and I'm just like, my anxiety is through the roof. But I'm like, what would I want to see? And that calmed me down. Cause I'm like, all right, if this was my wedding, I would want to hear the mom talk. Okay, I would want to capture them getting their makeup. Okay, I would want to. So I just started pulling what I would like from my wedding video.
Right.
Shot that wedding video. I was there the whole day. I ain't had no hour packages. So I was there like 14 hours. Like, yeah, like I walked out of there like, yeah, this ain't it for me. But when I sent them their video, right, and I ain't hear from them for like 2 weeks, so I'm thinking they hate it. I'm like, I knew I shouldn't have shot this shit. Like, I should have won my first mind. Like, now they gonna tell everybody I suck, and I'm trying to come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They finally called me like, man, we love the video. Like, I was crying, he was crying, and I'm like, why y'all ain't say this last week? Like, we just kept watching and watching. I'm like, man, thank you. Then after that, it was just a snowball effect. Like,
Yeah.
I
it's
shot
just
another
like-
one, then I shot another one.
That's what's up.
And I just, like, I love to shoot weddings.
Like, what made you want to become an entrepreneur? Like, and what pushed you to kick off and go for what you know?
Okay. So, initially, we started this podcast talking about entrepreneurship.
Right.
We all just recently became full-time. Well, you've been an entrepreneur for a long time.
Yeah, for some
But me
years,
and
for
Reg
some years.
just recently became entrepreneurs. So I kind of want to touch on that and, just basically our journey and where we are now and how we feel about it. So just we're gonna start with you since
No, we're gonna start with you.
Yeah,
You've been doing it for a
We
long time.
we wanna hear your story.
Look, you've
Your
been doing it for a
wave.
long time.
You on a wave right now.
Yeah, how did it go?
You on a wave.
Like I know, but just like how did you
Yeah.
start it? And then what made you say, you know what, I'm gonna just try this?
Yeah. So for a long time, I've been knowing that I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I've always done stuff like just push myself to do things that's like not my norm and push myself just to get out here and, just like I started modeling. I actually modeled in a fashion show and walked down the runway before. Scared as hell. I ain't never did it before. I probably was pigeon-toed. I don't even know. I don't even know how it came out, y'all. I can't even tell y'all. But I just started pushing myself to do things that's outside of my norm. I even started hosting events, trying to push people to become entrepreneurs or just start their own business, just to step outside themselves.
Yeah.
So that's where it mainly started from. But I had ended up praying. At a point I got tired because I'm like, it ain't going the way that I want it to go. I prayed about a vision. I'm like, Lord, just give me a service that I can provide for other people and something that, that I can kind of be happy with, and just, I can provide a service for other people as well.
Yeah, right.
So that happened. I prayed for that, and just maybe I started a YouTube channel. So I'm like, okay, I want to get content for myself and take pictures. I had this camera. So I'm like, okay, let me ask someone I need to get my family members to take pictures of me because I ain't paying for no photographer.
That's how
I ain't paying for no photographer. So that's in my head, I'm not paying for a photographer. I can do this shit myself. And I went out here and I learned how to do it myself. But I was trying to do it for myself, but I ended up loving doing it for other people. And it was right after I prayed for it. It just, fell in my lap. But make a long story short, I end up working hard, just working on weekends, working after work, my 9 to 5. I was not happy there at all. Being in the corporate life, I won't bash them because at the end of the day, I'm happy where I'm at now.
Right.
I just kept working towards it, working after work, tired. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. I was like, I'm about to quit this job. I'm like, then I met you,
Right.
Jeremy, everybody, just all the other photographers, they out here full time. I'm like, so you can really be a full-time photographer. I didn't take photography serious like that. But once I started doing it, I'm like, I don't know. I honestly believe that God has his hands on me. Because ever since I started just doing it and I started watching YouTube videos and stuff like that,
YouTube University.
I've been okay. I just been fine, financially, just everything. Even when I get worried now, it's just boom.
Some
God always just be like, all right, you all right,
Yeah, I feel that.
stop worrying. So that's how I got started, and this is where I'm at now. And then I met you guys, and I've been working with y'all. Just motivate me even more. I'm just constantly on the move.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm enjoying entrepreneurship.
That's what's up.
Sometimes I do get down. At points.
That's part of being an entrepreneur though.
I got confused.
I have my ups and downs.
I got confused because I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a real routine now. So sometimes, some days it's confusing. You gotta.
Because you're so used to a structure.
What you said the other day?
What?
You was like, I don't know when to eat.
I'm like, man, how do you?
You're like, when do you eat? I'm like, I don't know. I eat when I eat.
Because I'm just starting out. I'm only a month in.
Yeah.
Of
Well, no,
entrepreneurship.
well, yeah. I thought you meant but yeah.
Oh, from leaving the Chrysler? Yeah, I'm only a month in full-time videography. So
Yeah.
it's you always on the go. I was more on the go doing videography than I was, being in the plant or whatever. But it's you doing this, you editing, all right, then you learning, then you gotta watch the YouTube videos and learn some more. Then you meeting up with some clients or some potential clients. And then it's I haven't ate all day. Wow, I'm hungry. You don't think about it. You don't think about nothing while you in go mode. But then it's something just hit you, your body just be like,
Nigga, I need to
nigga,
eat.
you hungry.
You need to eat. I'm
Yeah.
gonna sit down for a minute.
I'm hungry. And I'm I'm eating my first meal at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. I'm like, Touch, how do you know when to eat? It sounded crazy, but it was real. It's like, do you make a resume? Like, what do you do? He like, man, sometimes I don't. I'm like, what? Sometimes you forget the whole
You
day
just
that
forget.
you didn't eat anything.
Yeah, and then it'd be like you said, it'd be 10, 11 o'clock, and you like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, like, damn.
You know what I'm saying? But I did say the other day, I'm gonna try to start eating early.
Yeah.
Like when I wake, cause I get up at like 6 o'clock, but then I be like, I ain't gonna eat till like 10, 11, or when I get hungry.
10, 11,
I don't know
you out
about
the
y'all, but
house.
I'ma eat. Like,
Yeah,
I
cause
don't
you
care
come
about
in
none
with
of
your
that.
omelet, all that. I be like, damn, bro,
I
you
have
got a
my
whole
own.
breakfast.
I'm a true tourist. Like, we love food. I was like, I need breakfast. But sometimes I get excited about certain jobs. Like if I have a client and it's like I'm overthinking things and I don't eat, but I still tell myself, grab some snacks, grab this, because you know you're gonna probably once you get a little wind down, you get a little comfortable, you're gonna be like, dang, I ain't eat nothing. So I do keep snacks on me. That's so
You do
important.
though.
Like bring you, see, I
He
just brought
come
him
in
some
with
snacks.
a big bottle of water
I'm
and a bag,
Look,
full of snacks.
Look,
Keep some snacks.
V come up to the car. You hungry? I'm like, hell yeah. I remember that one time you was like, you ate that already? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm hungry.
Right, I was bringing it for later if we get hungry doing a job. But he like,
She sitting in the car like, where yo? I'm like, man, I ate that. Where was you at?
bring snacks. Put some snacks in your bag. It's so important because you gotta eat. Because I get hunger headaches. I don't know about y'all, but I get hunger headaches if I don't eat, and then I realize I feel it coming. Like I need to eat something, and you can't leave a job, so it's just important just to grab something on the go. And you know, even if I grab something from my house that I don't even want,
Just something.
but when you hungry, you ain't gonna care.
Yeah, when you get hungry, it's
You're not gonna
smacking.
care.
But real quick, man, let's talk about your entrepreneurship, man. Where you started, like,
Man, I
Touch
started.
left this.
I'm gonna tell you,
How
man.
you feel about it now?
With me, it started when I was like younger. I was like little. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom and my dad, they wasn't together, but they both worked in the plant. So, like I would see my mom come home, and like I love her to death. Like I love my parents to death. You know what I'm saying? Like she would come home and fall asleep on the bed, and then wake up and go back to work. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be like,
Oh, that's the worst.
man, I don't want that. Like,
Right.
is that what life is that what the future is? You know? So I'm like, man, I gotta have my own. And one day I was with my grandmother, man, and I was into a lot of stuff like when I was younger.
Okay.
And my
That
grandma
don't sound good.
and my grandmother was like, man, you like good at everything you do, but like what about something that you love to do? And she like, you love movies. I'm like, yeah, like I love like cameras and pictures and stuff. She like, why don't you go buy you a camera? And I went and bought me a camera. I bought the wrong camera. I didn't know what I was doing. And that's how I got started. Like I used to go out and shoot. I loved it so much, I was shooting for free for a whole year. A whole year I
That's
didn't
how I
get
started,
I didn't
shooting
get
for
paid to do nothing. Like I would be at like photo shoots for 5 hours, like 6 hours, and not get paid nothing.
Can you say your first camera for, you know what I'm saying, some of the people that
I don't
love
even
cameras,
remember it, man. It was
shooting and stuff like that?
it was
You remember?
the first camera I bought.
The first camera you bought, man.
I don't remember it. I had
Okay.
bought it from Best Buy, and like you couldn't even take the lens off. That's how much I didn't know about camera. But my man sold me a dream. He's like, yeah, man, you can shoot with this and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I can shoot video. He's like, yeah, man, music video. I'm like, hell yeah, that's it. Man, I got home. I'm like, man, I can't take the lens off. I'm like, man, he's so. And then I got ganked. I go on.
You got a Polaroid.
I go on. What not Amazon? What you could sell stuff on?
Back
eBay.
then, Craigslist?
eBay.
Oh, okay.
eBay.
Look, I'm
eBay.
like, Craigslist,
eBay.
y'all.
Somebody ganked me on eBay, man. I sent them a camera and I didn't get my money.
Oh my goodness.
And I told my
That would be
grandmother, and
hurt.
she was like, lesson learned. Like,
How
But
much was it, if you don't mind me
it's
asking?
like $300-400.
But still, that's a lot back in the day.
I was hurt. I was crushed.
It's
Like,
still a lot now to me.
but to get to where I'm going, like when every time I picked that camera up, I forgot about everything else. Whether I was having a bad day or
Yeah.
no matter what it was, like even like here now, like while I'm here right now, like I'm in heaven. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like this is what I love to do. Like anything that got something to do with a camera. I'm usually behind the camera, but anything that got something to do with like cameras or like photos, video, editing, like this, like I forget about. I could have like the worst day, and I could like pick my camera but not even cut it on, and it's like, woosah. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes I ride with my camera in the car. I'm not even shooting, but that's how much like I love my camera. So that kind of lead me to like the entrepreneur. Like I always wanted to have something where I could help other people.
Yeah.
And I knew I couldn't have that if I was working a 9 to 5. I mean, I could probably help somebody get a job, refer you to this or that. But I'm like, if I could have my own and help other people, like that means so much more. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's why I say like it's really not about me. Like I try to help people. Like if I see something in you, I'm like, man, I'm gonna try to do whatever it is. Like you see, like when you came on, I was just throwing you stuff. And I'm like, I'm like, you could do it though. I'm
I
like,
was looking at him like, look.
Threw it out the window.
Reg too though. I just
understand
saying
you
Reg.
got faith in me. That's how I was feeling, but I'm tired. So,
But
no, I've been going hard. I'm still going hard.
But that's another thing. Like, I really like throw stuff at people to see if they can handle it, because it's not easy. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
not.
I be like when people go to sleep, like a 9 to 5, that's a piece of cake. I wish, like sometimes I wish I had a 9 to 5, because when you get off work.
Hold on.
Okay, I mean, not okay. Time out.
wanna go the next
Time
day.
out. Time out. I don't want nobody
You don't
sending
want to
me
go the
messages.
next day. So
They're gonna be like, Touch been hiring.
Right. But what I'm getting to is, I'm not saying a 9 to 5 is hard, but like once you get off work, you can go home, you can kick your feet up, you can relax.
You can
Like
put work
being an
on.
entrepreneur, like you 24/7.
You don't know what's
Yep.
next.
Even when you're not working, you responding to emails. You gotta edit this. You gotta respond to this. You gotta.
I was in Jamaica getting messages.
I ain't gonna lie. I was sending V messages. I felt bad, but I'm like,
Why you
if I don't, I'm gonna forget.
I'm in Jamaica, like, cut it off. And I'm like, no, I gotta respond to this. I'm like, no, you don't. But then
But look, but B did me the
same.
same way though.
It just-
When I was in Cancun, she had Procam. Like, you want me to get this light? I'm like, yeah, go get that bitch. I'm about to Zelle you.
Yeah.
I was excited though. I'm like, shit, like that's what I'm saying. Like I love it so much. Like even when I try to turn it off, it's still on.
No, Jamaica, I was trying to turn it all off. I was like, I had so much fun. I
Yeah.
ain't got time. Like,
Look, I'm on the boat getting messages, getting emails. Like I'm trying to read. I'm like,
It went through?
I'll respond later. Yeah, I was FaceTime with my cousin.
oh, that's dope.
I got T-Mobile
I need to
though.
get on that boat.
What you got, Spirit?
I got Verizon. I just switched
got
over though.
Verizon.
I had Sprint at that time, but I got Verizon.
I'm on a budget. I got T-Mobile. But T-Mobile do good though. Shit.
You heard time, so I just switched over though. So, but that time I had Sprint.
T-Mobile.
But yeah,
But-
we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, we gonna wrap it up.
I hope we did good for the first one. I'm pretty sure the more we keep doing them, the better.
Yeah.
We're gonna get.
Yeah, we just having fun today, and we just want to, get in tune with the people, and
And let them know what it's like being creative and an entrepreneur.
yeah,
every
being
day.
full-time entrepreneurs. It's so crazy. I've been doing it for like maybe 4 or 5 months. 5 months.
That's
It's
it.
just weird even saying that.
Damn.
And how long you been doing it?
Shit, about
Sheesh.
10 years.
10 years. That's a blessing.
10 years, man.
That's a blessing.
And and the ups and downs, but it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's
that's
only
a
been a
blessing.
month for me, but I'm ready to see. But
Month in.
I
You
was
gonna be
back and
all
forth.
right.
I tell my story later.
Look, let me tell you though.
story
He been shooting a month. He could do photos better than me. That's what's up.
I'm around the right people. You know what I'm saying? But
That's that grit, that drive. You know, that's what
and the
I
want.
Yeah, that grit is everything. You're gonna do whatever. You're gonna, continuously learn every day. That's me. Like I'm trying to learn every day.
You got to kill what you eat. So
Yeah.
every day you out there, how to be better. How I'm gonna be better than today. I can't waste it. The day go by so fast.
Yep.
Man, that was some good advice, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're right. I know. Damn,
But it's
it do
like
be,
that's how I
damn, it
feel.
do
Like
be going by fast as hell.
it go by fast. You like, I'm gonna do
You
this
say
by 10.
you gotta kill what you
You
eat,
gotta kill what you eat.
or eat what you kill.
I'm confused.
Either or. You gotta kill what you eat.
All right, we out.
You know what I'm saying? Eat what you kill. Yeah.
We out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Hope we didn't waste y'all time, but ain't no time wasted with us, man.
Yep,
And we out.
Stay tuned.
Peace.
Sometimes I feel I'm working just to work harder, and then work harder than who worked the hardest. Man, the life of a workaholic. You either on your work or just working on it.